Away we go. Hopefully this all works just the way I thought, or the way it should. I already know I have to do a little bit of stuff at the bottom to get that all nice and neat and pretty, because that shouldn't say like latest tipper, latest subscriber, and all that fun stuff. It should say subs and stuff like that. But how are you doing today, Sarah? Thank you very much for being here. Wonder if there's a way that I can make you a mod right away. I don't think I can make you a mod from here. I'll have to figure it out later. I need a few of my moderators from Twitch to be on here so that I don't have to worry about like people who are terrible human beings like jumping in my stream and being like, F this and F that, because that happens and it sucks. Yeah, people have nothing better to do than be trolls, so it's pretty fun. Sarah, how are the volumes and everything? This is so exciting. I posted it on Discord. Well, thank you. Discord is a way for people to communicate. It's an app, yeah. Think of like a message board mixed with instant messaging all in one room, and then you can also put stuff like this where it promotes and all that jazz to like people who are all who are in the same room. Like, did you ever have AIM when you were a kid?
Of course.
Think AIM plus the AOL chat rooms all at the same time. I don't know if you ever delved into the chat rooms or not. Those were some scary places for younger girls.
Never experienced anything like that.
Sounds good. Volume's good. Thank you. Right, cool. All right. Music's good and everything too? Cool. I'm glad. I need to figure out how to make you guys mods. That'll be the next thing. Have you been watching anything on TV that you're really into lately?
We watched the movie Don't Look Up. Watch that?
I have no intentions on watching it. It looks awful.
It actually was pretty good.
I downloaded it, watched snippets of it, and nothing at any point in time seemed appealing. And I get the premise for it. I understand what's supposed to go on. I didn't find it funny. I didn't find it engaging. Like,
the start of it was very slow, and I was like,
yeah.
This is...
The problem with it is it's a bunch of high-end movie stars who don't live in the real world telling us, watch out for this. You will be the last to ever have to worry about watch out for this. It's like when politicians, try to say, I'm just like the everyday man. You haven't been the everyday man in 20 years. Right. Don't try to say you're just like one of us, because we can see through it. But then there's some people who buy into it. So like when I see politicians and celebrities and stuff like that talking about, oh, well, you should vote for this person, you should vote for that person because they're going to help you out. Like, you don't even live in the same reality that I do.
Well, true, exactly.
And yet you're here telling me how I should vote. Get fucked. I don't know how much I can swear on YouTube. I don't know if I've ever checked. I selected that this stream is not for kids, so hopefully that means I can swear. Yeah, neither do I.
Find out, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly I get banned. If I get banned today, then
All right,
obviously I
look up
swore
here.
too much. Yeah, I have to reach 2 more milestones on YouTube in order to unlock a few things for people on the stream. Like, I want to unlock viewership badges. Well, part of that is I have to make it to the hey, how's it going there, Vanderwish? Suze, how's it going, Jack? It's like a medium amount. Okay, a medium amount of swearing. Once I reach this level of where it's gonna be monetized, then I get fun little things like viewership badges and loyalty badges and stuff like that. And I did post in my cloud bot, there should be a couple of different things like, Sarah, try typing ! Baka and we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, then I'll figure it out later. It's vague, Alto. That's what I was thinking. PG-13. So only one boob in a bra. Super clean sound. Okay, so here's the thing. Twitch has a kilobyte cap at 6,000, all right? So my upload speed is a lot smaller on Twitch. On YouTube, it's 51,000. 8 times. Okay, so that might not work. I thought it would work. But I made Streamlabs a bot, so it should have worked. I'll have to check into that and see what's going on with it then. See, this is why we're doing this stream. This is the inaugural where I can shake out the bugs. Isn't it something like setting the video not for kids? Yeah, I set it so that it's not for kids, but I mean, they could still say, hey, you know, all you did was come on your stream and swear. I guess it's all like what they consider too much. How's it going, Alex? Pretty fun so far, and I also don't get to see how many people are actually on the stream watching. I wish I knew how that works. I'm gonna have to look more into this tonight when I get home and figure out how to see viewers and make sure I can get those sounds running. Is my head in the screen on the lower left camera? Yeah, just a bit. How's it going, Luke? It says 5 watching. That's fun. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with how that's gonna...
It was only a tiny bit. It didn't cover much. No, it's not.
Yep. Work the bugs out. It's all part of the process with anything new. Oh yeah, for sure. I also have to change the font on the chat because it's a little small. And I'm a little bummed that I don't think there's the same amount of emotes, but you can try. I don't know what emotes are available. See, you would think that YouTube of all places would be good. I found this hilarious dabbing emoji. All right. You would think that YouTube of all places, like the hub of music and videos and all that fun stuff, would allow you to use the music found on YouTube as your background music and stuff.
Would you have to pay for that?
There's no way to pay because you would have to actually pay the people who made the song, whether it's the production company or like Eminem or whoever, in order to use their song, because you're pushing their material out and your name slapped on the video. So that's why you have to use royalty-free music. It's kind of all the WhatsApp emojis. Okay. I wonder if you can use the Better Franker Faces one or the Better Twitch TV ones. I'm gonna have to look and see what emotes are allowed on here. Because if we can use the Franker Faces or the Better Twitch TV ones that are in the browser, I can put all of my emotes into that, and then you can use them anytime you want. Is the hentai still here? Zachary, no, because that's on Twitch. So no. I'm trying to figure, this is an inaugural stream where I get to try and figure out what I'm missing and what I still need. And even then, you're banned from using the hentai. He overused them and got everybody else in trouble for it. It's crazy. I'm at 10,000 kilobytes a second right now. I can up this so much further, and it's so awesome.
What does that mean?
So
I'm
the
done to all this.
okay, so the upload speed right now is 10,000 kilobytes. On Twitch, I'm getting around 4,000 or 5,000. So it's how much food can I throw on your table before you choke? And With Twitch, you can put a banquet on the table before you choke. With Twitch, it's a light lunch. That's the difference.
What people are seeing are those right there.
Everything you see, that's what they're seeing. Yep.
Cool.
I love that I can actually watch on my TV now. Oh, that's right. Most people have YouTube on their televisions.
Oh yeah.
Smart TVs and such.
Yeah,
Yep.
we use it all the time.
Yep.
All the time with like
Yeah, Sarah.
video for the kids. You can find everything.
Sarah and I usually find a video on our phone, and then you press the little cast button, and then it's up on your screen in a heartbeat.
Figure that out.
Oh, that's easy. It just has to be in the same Wi-Fi, and then you're done.
Oh. Yeah, we have like Xfinity, so you have like you can speak into it, and you literally just push it and say blah 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 on YouTube, and then it pulls up the
Nice.
YouTube. You don't have to do anything.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's like, I feel like we hardly watch TV anymore.
Lately, I've been watching nothing but HBO.
What are you watching?
Right now, I'm watching a TV show from the early 2000s called The Wire. Was one of Idris Elba's like first things that he did when he came from the UK. Oh damn! I didn't even think about that. Luke, good idea, right? Do you get to watch it? And I suppose you can't chat through your TV, but you could probably chat through your phone and watch it on your screen.
Where to pull this. I wonder if you can watch live.
I don't know if you can or not.
I don't know.
He says he's watching on TV, so.
Well, actually, I feel like there are, like when we are watching something like Owen wants to watch whatever it is, and then there'll be like suggestions, and some of them will be a live whatever, but it's not literally like somebody doing something live, it's different shows or something.
Sure. Is Owen addicted to Ryan's World? Don't let him watch it if he hasn't.
Well, no, I should. He got from one of the neighbor kids. He got like a Nerf gun thing. That is that kid. Like he has like a line of toys.
So what that kid is the most spoiled little kid in the entire world. He has like millions and millions and millions of viewers, and all he does is unbox toys and play with them.
Yeah.
I'm so mad about that. So mad. Where was this when I was a kid? Why couldn't I sign up for that shit when I was a kid?
You would be so surprised at how many like kid and parent videos there are where it's like it's geared towards children watching it, but it's like there's a dinosaur one where it's a dad and his son, and they just make these videos like, and they're actually really well done with like green screens and whatever. But
Nice.
it's like a dream, you know. But the Nerf gun that, I don't know, I swear to God, it's his, like at Target, they must have toys of his brand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's got his own line of toys.
And I called it a Nerf gun, and Owen calls it a Super Blaster or something like that, because it must have been from the show that he called it that. I'm like, I've never said that.
Yeah, just makes me jealous as hell. I want a TV show where I just get to open up cool stuff.
Right? And people just send you free shit, and it's like...
Yeah, that's the thing, is the kid never ever has to worry about a toy.
No.
They use him like a testing facility. Like, oh, does Ryan like it? Cool, then it'll sell. It's like, holy crap.
There's another one that's called Vlad and Nikki, and I can't tell you, I don't know where they're from. They're not, it's not from the U.S.
No?
But now they also have a toy line at Target.
Of course they do. Ow. Sorry, guys. Bumped my camera. So what's everybody got going on for today, like the New Year's Day? Everybody excited to go out and start, screwing up and writing 2021 on every one of your checks, or, when you have to sign or date something, it's like, fuck, again.
I wrote my first rent check for January for the salon, and I did it right.
Nice.
2022.
I've had to write about 30 appointment cards already for 2022, so I'm a champ about it. Like, it's hard to screw me up now, and I'm okay with that. Gonna hibernate. By the way, that's spelled with an I, not a Y. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for a new wife, one who doesn't misspell things.
Is that Sarah?
Yep. Getting as bad as Grimm. Reading manga, playing Genshin. Might as well ring in the new year as a big geek, for sure. Just ordered some food. We don't feel like doing anything today. Yeah, most people don't. I don't want to leave my house. It is really, really cold outside today. When I drove to work, my car said -7 on the cluster, but that doesn't factor in wind chill, so it's probably a lot lower. 2022 doesn't even sound right. I mean, it is what it is, man. This is my 44th year on this earth.
How many years tattooing?
26.
Wild.
I know, I'm old. Told you. If you guys aren't already, go ahead and make sure you smash that subscribe button. God, I hate when I see people on YouTube say that stuff. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Smash that like button. But no, I would love for you to do so. The more subs I get, the more stuff I can put into the stream, because you have to reach a certain level before you can start throwing things into the stream, like loyalty badges and stuff like that. So
Look at this. Yeah, right when I click it.
there you go. That's pretty neat.
8 watching now. Look, does it not tell you that?
It doesn't tell me that anywhere on the screen. There's got to be something I have to set for it to tell me my viewers.
Okay, how do I...
And it... Yep. Well, that little button that says subscribe. There you go.
Slammed it.
There you go. I don't think that happens live either, because it takes a few seconds for it to chime in.
Okay.
Over here it's like 12 Celsius, not that cold. I forgot you're in the Netherlands. Yeah, I got viewers from my Twitch from all over the world. Make sure you click that bell too, that way you get updates when the streams are scheduled. Oh yeah, that's true, I forgot about the bell thing. Like and subscribe for more. Blah. So far I gotta get my sounds in there. Gotta figure out what's going on there. Ow. Gotta make sure I adjust my freaking camera so I don't bing my skull anymore. Just smash that bell into pieces. Man, who here likes bells?
I don't even see the bell on here.
I don't know if you can do it from a phone. I don't know.
How many subscribers did you have on Twitch?
A little over 1,100 right now.
So then you just kind of get to restart there.
Yes, you have to start over from scratch. Nothing transfers. Hulk smash that button. Yeah. All the homies hate Drake Bell. I don't know who that is. I just hate Drake. I don't know who Drake Bell is. All right. Now, oh, of course I'm going to do that at least once today. I need a necklace for this thing. I need all the necklaces for my microphone because I'm sick and tired of this microphone coming off.
Can you try that?
A necklace for it? Yeah. I'm trying to find one that I like. Because then it won't snap off as easy. Also,
jewelry makers?
No. I don't like necklaces in general, so it's just going to be like something black, simple. It's what it is the cord hangs low enough that my knee kicks it. Yeah. Bells are obnoxious from Drake and Josh. I have no idea what that is.
Drake and Josh, isn't it a Disney show?
Like I said,
like
no idea.
Disney show.
I couldn't even tell you. 44 years old. Do the math. When did Drake and Josh come out? Probably in my 20s sometime. I'll bead you a friendship necklace. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I don't have no idea who that is.
This looks like from Drake and Josh when he was...
Oh, it's a Nickelodeon show?
Okay. Or Nickelodeon, okay, not Disney. Not bad.
No, it's okay. I don't know, so you taught me something new.
Oh yeah, whoever was on this Nickelodeon show. Oh, it was Sarah that was saying that.
A Nickelodeon show. Drake Bell voiced Spider-Man for like 10 years ago. Drake was 12 for Drake and Josh. Yep, there you go. Thank you. Just old enough for your mother, though. But just to give you a heads up, she's getting a little old for me, so... Got any cousins or sisters out there, or what? I talk shit about people's moms on here all the time. I don't care.
Does not surprise me.
Nope.
At all.
I always try to tell everybody, when I die, on my headstone, I want one of those little ticker things, you know, for like, you know, your 10th in line. But instead of, like your number 12, it'll my headstone will say, "Here lies Jared Kincaid, yo mama," ellipsis. And then you take a tip, and then it gives you an insult against your mom. Be awesome. Be an interactive funeral.
From you.
Yep.
From the grave.
That's right. Because that's, yeah, the funny thing about it is that's, what are you going to do? Are you going to dig me up and talk shit back? No, you're going to take it like a man and walk away. There's an episode of the Boondocks. It's a cartoon. First mom joke of YouTube? Yes, it was. There's an episode of the Boondocks where this guy and the grandpa are best friends in the war, but they always had like this kind of like competition between the two of them. Well, the one dies and he says, "Hey, you know, I know we haven't spoken in years." He leaves a video. He's like, "I know we haven't spoken in years, but can you give the eulogy at my funeral? And Grandpa agrees because, you know, the man's dead, so I'm going to do one last good thing for him. And he gets there, and he's like, you know, you get something in the will and all that kind of jazz for doing this for me. He gets there, he gives a really beautiful eulogy, and then there's another video with the guy giving him the contents of the will, and he opens it up, and all it is a jar of peanuts, and he's like, "These nuts, motherfucker!" And he's like, "And you can't get that shit back. I'm in the grave." Oh, it's so good. That is one of my absolute favorite episodes. Mom jokes are his aesthetic. They kind of are. They're what make me me. I'm the fat, bearded, bald guy who talks shit about your mom. Invite me to parties. I do tricks. While your mom turns tricks. See? I'm fully loaded of them. Food is here, gotta go. Nice catch first YouTube stream. Well, thank you very much, Big. I will see you soon. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful evening and have a good new year. Speaking of food, Sarah, what are you making me for dinner? Or are we going out? I made her French toast and oh, that's right. It's New Year's Day as things are closed. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I was thinking about that.
I don't know if the Mall of America is going to be open after last night.
Yeah, okay, what happened?
So, two guys had an altercation. One pulled out a gun and shot him. Didn't die, just pulled out a gun, shot him. And the bullet, like, people were like, there was one shot. Well, then how did the second person get hurt? Okay, if there was only one shot, that means that the person was standing close enough that they got grazed or whatnot. But the news isn't really talking about it, so.
Yeah, I saw a couple articles, but
Yep.
my understanding is it wasn't like a.
It wasn't like a gunfight or anything, yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
went there with the intention of.
You're making me Alfredo tonight? Okay. You remember that show on MTV that was just your mom jokes? Yeah, the one with Wilmer Valderrama. I don't remember what they called that show. Was it just called like Yo Mama or something like that?
That sounds right. I don't think I ever watched it. That was probably like a late night show.
Yeah, it was probably like right after Punk'd. And I think the only reason they gave it to Wilmer is because he's friends with Ashton Kutcher. Like, when I think Yo Mama jokes, I don't think of Wilder Valderrama. Yep, Alfredo chicken pasta from Costco.
Target open today?
Yes.
Really?
I believe so. Is Target open today, Sarah?
So I was wondering.
It's her weekend off, so, but I think the only scheduled days off they have are Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, I believe.
We were there yesterday, and I shouldn't be surprised, but I was just like, and Christmas is completely gone, and Valentine's Day is here.
Oh, yeah.
Just gone.
They had Valentine's setting up 3 days before Christmas.
Yeah. But I suppose they don't bring in new inventory that close to Christmas, so it's kind of like, you know, what's the point?
Mm-hmm. Closed last night at 9. That's right, they closed at 9 last night for...
And then did they close early today?
Did they close early today, or is it just closed for today, Sarah? I got two 2-pound bags of vegan cheese at Costco yesterday. It was incredible. So it's just like dust in a bag or what?
Sarah? Oh,
No, Sarah Sailor.
Like, why?
Sarah Sailor is a vegan. I always give shit to vegans.
You never.
Nope. I think it's really, to me, it's like, you do you. I think it's good for you, then awesome, go for it. Yeah. For me, I only just think of like the vegans that I know that have stopped being vegan, like when I was around. Oh, that was comedy, straight comedy gold. Like my friend Brett, when he broke being vegan after 8 years, we were at Pizza Luce, and he ate an entire plate of chicken wings. I have never seen someone run to the bathroom so fast.
Why? Normal hours today.
She put up Valentine's and St. Patty's yesterday.
Patrick's Day, a little bit mixed in here and there. I got Owen a Baby Yoda Valentine's sweatshirt. It's red and it says "Be mine."
You got him a genocidal maniac on a t-shirt?
Oh yeah, and he was wearing a Baby Yoda.
Oh my god! Like I loved Grogu until he was eating the eggs of that species and almost wiping them off the face of the earth. I'm like, you're a genocidal maniac, and your teacher is telling you don't do this, and you're still doing it. Like, I kind of don't like you anymore.
We brought the kids into Target, and Owen saw it and was like, "Oh,
of course."
They didn't have much for, and maybe Sarah, you know, they didn't have much for little boys for Valentine's Day, like clothing.
They rarely do. They have like 1 or 2 t-shirts that's like
that
Heartbreaker and stuff.
Yeah, it was like Ladies Man. I'm like, no, that shit.
You can't even tell the difference. The stuff is delicious. Okay, so I will tell you straight up, I can tell the difference. We went to Pizza Luce and they had vegan garlic cheese toast, and it felt like when you undercook macaroni and cheese. It was like slippery. Yeah. You can ask Sarah. We were there with friends, and I asked the waiter to come back, and I'm like, is there any way I can get you to cook another non-vegan version of this, because I can't eat this? And my friends who are vegan, we were eating it out of courtesy. And I'm like, you guys have this. I'm having my own plate of garlic cheese toast, like regular, because I can't do it. Because and I was given it a chance. It just did not have I eat a lot of food based on texture. Quesadilla night. Ooh, I like quesadillas. But yeah, I eat a lot of things based on texture. So if the texture's a little off, like I've had people say I don't like tofu, and people are like, "Oh, you've never had it cooked by me," and I'm like, "I've had it cooked 8 different ways, but go for it." And it has the consistency and the texture of like scrambled eggs, but then I'm waiting for the egg flavor, and it never arrives, and I'm like, "What did you feed me?" Yeah, that show that I'm watching, The Wire.
What's it about?
Basically cops, like homicide cops in Baltimore in the early 2000s. And it's got Michael B. Jordan when he was like 13 in the show. Idris Elba. And like people that you'd recognize from like a ton of different shows from that same era. Burn Notice, Sons of Anarchy, etc., etc. Like they all like kind of came to on The Wire, and it's a really, really good show. But I know it's old, and I know I'm very, very behind the times of ever watching it. But I never had HBO until now, so now I finally get to watch it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gave our HBO membership to my mom, and she watched The Sopranos from beginning to end for the first time. She was super stoked on it. She blew through the entire series
I've never watched it.
in days. Oh, really? It's so good.
I've heard it's great. We're watching the reboot of Dexter.
Oh, sure.
Watch Dexter?
Yep.
Have you seen the?
I haven't watched it yet.
Season?
Yeah.
Season? It's actually pretty good. We are definitely hesitant going in.
By the way, that dotty work looks incredible. Thank you. Have you ever had soy curls? The texture is very similar to chicken. I don't know if I have or not. Like I said, I've had it cooked a bunch of different ways, so I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what I have had and what I haven't had. But I'm not a fan of soy in general, because of the, like, you can read a lot of paperwork on it and stuff like that, that soy can actually raise estrogen levels in men and mess up your hormones. Like, yes and no. People who have drank excess amount of soy milk, men who have drank an excessive amount of soy milk, they did a bunch of tests on it, and it was raising their estrogen levels so high that it was, making them more empathetic, but also they were growing more breast tissue. And maybe they've changed the recipe over the past few years, but that was just an article I read, like, I want to say about 10 years ago. My friend Jacob, he has been doing vegetarian and a lot of soy, and he said that there's something about it that has changed. I couldn't tell you what it is because I just don't. And like I said, maybe it's an old article. Maybe I should reread or look more into it again. But yeah, it's, for me, it's, once you scare me, it's kind of hard to go back to your product. Soy boys unite, I suppose. Like, if I owned a firearm and it misfired twice or 3 times, and I read articles that this gun is known for misfiring, and then a year down the line they fix the firearm to the point where it doesn't do that anymore. Am I going to buy one? Probably not. Like, just because you fixed it doesn't mean you fixed all the issues. And if it misfired in my hand 2 or 3 times, or your product has, I'm probably not going to trust your product anymore. That's why a lot of products get renamed or rebranded, is because they need to recapture the market that they lost because of something that went wrong in it. Drinking 2 cups of soy milk or eating 1 cup of toad produces blood levels of isoflavones that can be 500 to 1,000 times higher than typical estrogen levels in a woman. I had no idea it was that big, Avery, but thank you very much for that information. Thank you. 500 to 1,000 times higher
than typical estrogen levels.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Avery, have you ever been to one of my streams? This is the first on YouTube, but I have a Twitch channel as well. Just wondering. That's what Google said? Oh, thank you. No, that's awesome. Yes, I also get tattoos from me. Oh, that's cool. So maybe I'm just not recognizing the name. Which tattoo have I done on you? Maybe I'll recognize who you are. It's weird, like, I can walk up to people and they'll be like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, fucking who are you? And they're like, it's me, Brad. And I'm like, show me your fucking tattoo. I have no idea who you are. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I was staring at your leg and listening to your stories. I probably wasn't paying attention to who you were. But it's funny because then, like, they could tell me what tattoos I've done on them, and it'll be like, oh yeah, the person who's having troubles with their spouse and blah 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 blah. And they're like, how do you know all that? And I'm like, well, it's because again, I associate the tattoo with the client, not their face.
Yeah.
Like with your mother, if I see her bent over, it's a different matter. Yeah, Sarah's like all the time. Yeah. Oh. People just walk up and like, hey, how's it going? Fuck, I have no idea. This is Roger and Dever. Oh, okay, cool. There you go. Well, thanks for popping in the channel, Roger. Because your name is Avery Long Wang or Long Wan?
That's why you're like, I don't know what that is.
On gaming, have your stream up on the side account, hence the full name. There you go. Full fake name. I can't wait until Jared tattoo log is... My Jared tattoo log is
Login.
as long as yours. I don't know. What's a tattoo log? Oh, how many things you have of my stuff? Okay, that makes sense.
Jared tattoo log.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you like me to log in as a self? No, do your thing. I don't care. Yeah, we leave on the 1st and we get back on the 6th. And it's kind of crazy. I don't even want to go.
I know, I'm sorry.
Sarah's not happy to hear that. But we need the vacation. We truly do. It's just... For me, it's the TSA that's really pissing me off that I don't want to go through. Because I can't stand waiting in line at TSA and then... all that joke that comes with that. And then you have like having to wear a mask on the plane for the whole trip. It's like, oh cool, 3 hours of having to wear this crap on my face. Hate masks. I literally hate wearing masks.
I don't think anybody enjoys it. Do you have to when you're at Disney or no?
Only when you're indoors.
Yeah.
And then Star Wars has been making me mad, so it's like I don't even know if I really want to do like the build a lightsaber or anything like that.
Why is it making you mad?
Because the person who's in charge of Star Wars right now is just basically tanking the franchise, like changing the rules, changing the storylines, all that fun stuff. And it's like, can you just leave my shit alone? Like, nobody asked you to change the stories. Like, you watch The Mandalorian, right?
some of it.
Okay, so you didn't watch it all?
No, I didn't get into it. Kevin does though.
Okay, so there's a part in The Mandalorian where there's this black sword called the Dark Saber. Cool? Mm-hmm. Well, the Dark Saber can be won in combat or given. Now, it has to be given properly. In The Mandalorian, they changed the rules a little bit, and what that does is it actually messes up something that happened in Star Wars Rebels, which is the sword was given to Bo-Katan, and Bo-Katan also gave it away to somebody else who was better suited to rule their people. But in The Mandalorian, they said, yeah, it can only be won in combat and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, so when did we change this rule? Because that wasn't the rule always. Yeah, they made it seem like it had to be a battle to the death for who gets the sword, and it's like, again, you negated at least 3 fights in Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars that say that that's not true. So that's what pisses me off a little bit about it. It's like, don't change the rules. Leave the story alone. Otherwise, are you going to retcon one of them, or are you just going to say, okay, well, that's not considered canon? You know, you have to choose your battles, and for them to change that, it's a little disheartening, because if it's already written and it's well written like it was in Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, then why change it?
You're kind of Harry Potter fan.
Yep. No, I'm not going to watch that thing.
I was going to ask you.
Yep. When they ostracize JK from it, I won't watch it. Without her, it wouldn't exist. If you don't like her politics or her views on life, that's fine. But without her, it does not exist. That's like, hey, we don't like what Jesus did later in his life, so we're not going to invite him to this Bible reunion. No, you fucking are. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have a Bible reunion. But it's like, for all these people just to, like, you know, do it to, like, save face, I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's just like a special, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a series.
No, yeah, it's just a one-time thing, but again, without her, especially because, like, a lot of what, like, the people on the reunion are saying in the trailer, we're a family. Really? Because you left Grandma at home. You told Grandma you're not welcome because you're kind of racist, Grandma.
You have Netflix?
We borrow it, yeah.
Did you watch last year or this year the Death to 2021, and then this year was Death to Death to 2020, and then this year was Death to 2021?
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a comedic, like what happened throughout the year, and it has some actors, but there's a part in there, this one, where it says, like, you know, in a tribute to all who were canceled in 2021, and J.K. Rowling was one of them. And I'm like, oh, geez.
See, that's what I don't understand about where we are as a world right now, is cancel culture. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't like it. You're canceling people because you don't like their views.
Right.
We used to talk to people if we don't like their views and come to an agreement or come to a disagreement. And then if you didn't want to have them around, cool, then you walked away. But to ostracize somebody from their own creation because you don't like their views, those views were there and pertinent in everything that came out of her 10 years ago, 20 years ago, all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Like when she wrote those books, that was still her train of thought.
Right.
You don't change your trains of thought that easily. So all the books that you love and adore, and all the movies that you love and adore based on those books, those came out of that brain. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, you really like driving your Volkswagen? Well, let's see, who invented the Volkswagen? I think his name rhymes with Smadolf. Like, oh, you really like that car, don't you? Well, yeah. Oh, you like drinking Fanta? Cool. You know who invented that one, right? Same people. Just so you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's what I find funny and terrible about the whole cancel culture thing, is you're canceling people, but you still love their stuff.
Right.
Like, oh, I hate Coca-Cola. Like the corporation's terrible. I'm still gonna drink the shit out of their Coke though.
Right.
You're back as Roger this time. I'll give you some numbing stuff because I know this. You're doing good though.
Yeah.
Almost done with the bottom 2 rings. And we move into the rows.
I like it for whatever reason, not as painful as that.
No?
It's just the...
I wish I knew control. I have to figure out why the noises aren't happening for when people subscribe and stuff like that to the channel, because I had somebody subscribe to the channel while the stream was going, and you would think I would get some kind of alert to it. There was no alert, so I'm gonna have to figure out why the alerts are either slow or not there at all. Maybe are my alerts set up properly? That could be. Nope, that's not it. Is it still under your Twitch, or are you using the Streamlabs for alerts? So I'm using their CloudBot. I think CloudBot is actually a mod on my stream, but I don't know how I have my alerts set up. I'm gonna have to. This is an inaugural stream. This is like trying to figure out what I need to do, what I don't. You know, what's working, what's not working, and so far. The latest subscriber there at the bottom middle is Zachary, and Zachary subscribed before the stream went live, and it gave me a notification when it happened, but now it's not, and I don't understand why it's not appearing, or why they're not working now. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it after the stream, because I can't, obviously I can't do it in the middle of a tattoo, but...
Like you want to hear like a ding?
Yeah, like...
Notification?
Yep, so like when I'm on Twitch, when somebody subscribes, it is a little Japanese anime girl going, "Oh, sugoi," and it's like, you know, like amazing kind of thing. And I really think it's cool, and I have it on my Twitch stream, but for some reason it's not showing up on here, and that's a little disheartening, because I really want to make sure that it's almost a seamless transition from Twitch to here. Maybe I need to set up a whole new overlay and stuff like that, and so that they kind of match but don't at the same time. I don't know yet. I have to figure that out. Once I'm done with your tattoo tonight, I'm gonna kind of notice the grindstone, kind of figure it out. Gotta start getting ready for work. I hope the rest of the stream goes good. Once everything is worked out, I think YouTube will be great. Me too. Have fun. See you later. Have a good day at work. And go with to go with your cancel culture and people talking crap about other people's work. I think Mike Tyson summarized it when he said, "Social media yelled too comfortable, disrespected, not getting punched in the face for it." Yeah. Yep. There's quite a few people who hide behind a keyboard and talk a lot of shit. And the funny thing about it is my dad raised me that if you're not willing to talk shit to the person's face, don't talk shit in public. And that could be like anything, like, oh, Brad's really good at, at marketing, but he's terrible at this. If you're not willing to say that to Brad's face, then don't bring it up. And that's the thing, is I stand behind everything I say. If I really wanted to talk a lot of trash, I'll get right up in somebody's face about it and be like, oh, yeah, I said it. And what's that?
I said I know you would.
Yep. So what's your New Year's goals or New Year's resolutions? Put on 25 pounds of bulk muscle. Just become ripped. Fucking just torn. be the only hairstylist at your place with just shredded arms.
You know what's funny that you said that is one of my coworkers who's fairly petite but fit, and she just posted how she's been basically doing like weightlifting competitions in the closet. Like, she doesn't talk about it.
Is it the one that I tattooed once upon a time?
No, that's Carrie, but she does like...
She does that all the time, yeah, yep.
But this other one, she just posts a video and is like winning awards, and we're like, what the...
That's awesome.
It's super awesome. She's just real quiet, and I'm like, so maybe, I feel like maybe this year she was just kind of dabbling in it and has enjoyed it, so...
It reminds me...
You're badass. I see her like doing like deadlifts, and like, I'm like, what?
That's your goal too, 25 pounds of bulk muscle. It reminds me of an episode of Scrubs where one of the doctors talks shit to one of the nurses, and the head nurse is trying to like bridge the gap between them and saying, "Hey, Elliot, I bet you didn't know that on the weekends, Becky here is a world-class kickboxer and MMA fighter." And she's like, "I did not." And like Becky looks at her like in the parking lot after work, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Walk away.
Yep. Like, maybe you shouldn't talk shit about this nurse. You're gonna die.
I don't really make resolutions, I guess. How about you?
Mine are to try to be more positive. which is that'll be the hardest one for me, because right now it's hard for me to find anything positive. Yeah. Always become better at tattooing. Grow my channels, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. And get better at Apex for another one. And hopefully this is more of a goal that relies on Japan opening up its gates, but go back to Japan.
Those are good ones. I just haven't spent time thinking about.
Yeah, I set goals instead of resolutions, because a resolution, when you break it, your heart is broken. You're like, oh, well, that sucks. Like, there's a meme that goes around, like, January 1st at the gym, and you see the gym is packed. January 31st at the gym, and it's fucking empty as hell. And that's a lot of how it is.
Right.
Well, the only problem is there's not a lot of... you cannot simultaneously stream both, Roger. Sorry. If you simultaneously stream both Twitch and YouTube, Twitch will ban you. Yep. They don't like competition. So you can't. It's one or the other. My goal is also to play Apex. There you go. That is one of the reasons why you have people like Tim the Tapman, stuff like that, who are on just YouTube now, is because he was on both and they said, well, you got to play one or the other. So they offered him a contract to be exclusive. Yep. and Twitch is actually suffering right now. Twitch's viewership is down 1/6 from what it was last year. That's a big loss. I mean, that's 1/6 is a huge loss. If I told you your business is going to be about 20 or 15 to 18% down in a matter of thought that was like if you're top tier. It doesn't matter if you're top tier or bottom tier. If you simultaneously stream and they catch you, they can ban you for it. So what it is you would have to use a thing called a simulcast, and it's a whole different app that works with OBS, but it can get you screwed up pretty quick. There's a guy on YouTube named EposVox, and he posts a lot of different videos about how to run your streams, and he talked a great deal about doing Twitch and YouTube because they have to be separate. They work differently. Like, say I were to get a sub on Twitch, but it appeared on my screen, and how would I differentiate between it being a YouTube sub or a paid sub from Twitch? Because YouTube is free, paid subs from Twitch are $5. So yeah. You can look into it if you want, but everything I've read says do it at your own danger. Twitch's exposure rate and YouTube level's exposure rate are two different things as well. That's one of the reasons why Twitch doesn't like the competition, is because you get way more exposure from YouTube. You can see it in their clause of their agreement where you can't live content for 24 hours after Twitch. Yeah. You can't post the same kind of content. I have to take turns with my streams. One of the things you can do is you can actually You can record your stream on Twitch, live stream the same content. Yeah, that's what it is. So if I say I do a Twitch stream, and then I take that stream and I throw it, or I record that stream and then I throw it up on YouTube, within like as soon as I'm finished with the Twitch stream, Twitch will ban me instantly. Just a gonzo. Because yeah, that it's their whole thing is surviving off of their content for, it's almost like a no compete clause. So hairstylists and tattoo artists, hairstylists more often than tattoo artists, but hairstylists deal with a no compete clause a lot of times. If they work at a salon and they are either fired or quit, sometimes it's in their contract that they are not allowed to do hair within like a 20-mile circle or a 50-mile circle or whatever, depends on what you have in your clause. But next time somebody has you sign something, see if it has a no compete clause, because a lot of those times you can actually take that to court and a no compete clause is not valid in almost every state, because that is hindering you from making money, and in a court of law the judge will throw it out. No compete clauses are just a scare tactic to keep you under thumb.
I've never signed one.
Yep.
I'm like, I won't. You never know. The places I've worked have never had that, but I've heard of other stylists who, when I worked at the salon in Uptown, one of the girls moved from Minneapolis to Edina because they got sent a letter from where they came from, basically saying they were going to take her to court. And so she decided to not deal with that and move. So she moved to the Edina Sola for 2 years or something like that. It's like, dang. But like you said, nothing ever, they never went to court and they threatened her.
Again, Roger, though, you can actually look. No judge would actually take that to court. They would be like, no, you can't. No business has the legal right, unless you have knowledge that you gained while at that job, that would compete directly with them. Like, okay, so I'm my own contractor and nobody is my teacher. If somebody tried to say, well, you have a no compete clause, you can't be tattooing this close to, whatever. No, that's bullshit, because you didn't teach me any of the skills that I have. Therefore, you can't say that I'm using what you taught me in part of the competition. So yeah, most judges will throw it right out of court. They won't even go to mediation. It'll just get thrown out. Because you can't control where or how somebody makes their living. Especially because with hairstylists and tattoo artists, this actually happens with tattoo artists as well, but most of the time with hairstylists, their owners or the building manager or the salon manager or whatnot will actually try to control their appointment books, so that when you are quitting, you don't get access to those appointment books, because they don't want you tainting or taking those clients with you, which again is illegal, because most of those people are not there for the salon itself. They're there for their stylist. When I left my last shop, when I left 2 shops ago, the owner was actually having the counter kid call the different tattoo clients that I have coming up, but he told them exactly what to say, and people were actually calling me worried, because he was telling people verbatim, "I'm sorry, I have to regret to tell you that Jared is no longer with us. End of message." That sounds like I'm dead.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Proprietary software for government. The judge would be like, yeah, he can't work in that field. Possibly. You wouldn't be able to work in that same field, but you could have a different job. And the thing about it is that company would have to actually go out of their way to try and clog you up. They would have to try to take you to court. And a lot of places, A lot of businesses these days are just like, you know what? I don't even care. Just get out. Like I said, a lot of times it's fear tactic. I mean, I'm sure there's some that have held up, but most of them don't. My thing about that is like, how are they going to track you? If you decided to go into the same field, that new boss or whatever would literally have to call your new place of employment, or they would have to go on the search for you to figure out where you got employed. Like as a tattoo shop, I'm not going to go out of my way to figure out where they went to go to work. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to let it go. But as, you know, proprietary software, that's a maybe, but you do work for the government. So I'd say 75% of the time they'd probably look into where you work now. All right, let's numb that down again. And so I'm so vague every time you've asked what I do for work. You work for the man. You're part of the evil machine that runs our country. How you feeling there, kiddo? All right. Next is the rose and the leaves, and then back up there. This is a lot of black. This section's so it goes dot work, bold, dot work. To like close it off so that we can go out to the top.
With what I sent you, will that? You think that will work?
It might. The only problem is your elbow. So when we get into it's okay. It's okay. When we get into defined areas where there will be details, this area is not the best friend, and neither is this. So it can work. There's a chance it might not, but it's because of your skin. You know, it's how your skin will react. You know, bending on, you know, over and over. You have to remember you lose pounds of skin from your elbows and knees every year, like literal pounds. 85% of dust in the world is your skin. Yeah, so.
Well, take that concept and, you know, figure out something that you think would work to transition from, you know, so kind of, I just like that because there was a black whatever there that brought it together. Yep.
All right, kiddo, you ready for more? Sure. Super confident about that. Yeah, fine. Tattoo's looking fantastic. Is it all gonna be black and gray or will you use some color? Nope, all black and gray. No color.
Sorry.
She is a hairstylist and rarely do they talk about color except for hair.
Yeah, like this is about the only color.
Her whole upper arm is colored, but her lower arm is not.
Like, dramatically colored.
Yeah.
her? No, did we lose her?
Hmm? Oh, she's here every once in a
I
while.
was like, I haven't seen her.
Yeah, she's here every now and then. She's hanging out with the dogs.
Yeah. Loving the snow.
Leonora. What's that mean? And is it Leonora or Lenora? See, it's the opposite for me. Upper arm has no color, and your lower has plenty. Oh yeah, Sarah's is all dot work and mandalas and stuff like that up at the top, all black and gray, and then the bottom is all color. Hardly any black except for the outlines and a little bit of shading.
Sarah, what are you getting next? You know?
She never knows until she gets it. My whole arm is color, and my other arm should be black and white. That's true. You can do that. You can do whatever you want, really. Probably my Keiko tattoo after vacation. That's true. We still want to put a Keiko on her. She's gonna get like sakura blossoms and some moon. But how would a Beauty and the Beast look in black and white? Don't get it in black and white then. If it becomes a worry of what it'll look like, then don't do it. You know what I mean?
You have a Max tattoo?
She has a Max tattoo. Yep. It's Maximus from Tangled on her leg, looking up at two lanterns that have paw prints in the lanterns.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah. It's a little Pascal hitting on his head. She showed me they just released a bunch of new bags last night on Loungefly bags, and yeah, she's gonna have to get quite a few of them because one of them's My Melody and Kuromi, and then the other one is a Tangled one that she's iffy about, but it's like her favorite scene, so kind of up to her.
Yeah.
Is that your belly or your feet sliding? Okay. About what?
I'm gonna try buy two with Chipotle. It's $0 forever. Today only.
There's more in like 5 minutes. 2 mystery ones. Yeah, they Sarah like showed me like 3 pictures last night. She's like, okay, these are the teasers or the hints at what they're releasing. And one of them was like a girl with like a brush caught in her hair. I'm like, well, that one's Tangled.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was like a lion with a crown. I'm like, well, that one's Lion King. And then what was the last one? Bears and a rainbow going over the top. I'm like, that's Care Bears. And she's like, what? And I'm like, they do the Care Bear stare. It's a rainbow.
Yeah. Were you right? Or did
Yeah.
you not know? Oh.
I was right on all of them. Trivia is like one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I really, really enjoy doing trivia.
Trivia or like puzzles.
Uh-huh.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah, I download a new puzzle game like probably once a week, and then just play it until I get bored with how simplistic or hard the puzzles are. I'm like, okay, this is way too difficult. I would like to play this in person, not like a phone game that I have to wait for an ad, in between answers.
Yeah.
I wish that like more of these game creators would just make me pay for the game and then tell you to fuck yourself on your ads. But why do I like pay like $2 for a game and then every couple minutes there's another ad? It's either do one or the other. I pay for the game and there's no ads, or there's a ton of ads and it's a free game. Or if you make like X amount of microtransactions, that's how much you paid for. Like if you bought, like 3 packs of gems, well then there you don't have to pay for it anymore, and then you don't get any ads. Just mowing the lawn.
God. Really?
This is actually a pretty decent sized needle. If I went with like my blood shovels, it's huge, but this area would be covered on a heartbeat. I have a needle that is literally 1 inch wide. This wide. Yeah. We call them blood. Yeah, we call them blood shovels.
What's this one?
This is 13. 13 needles, is about a little over a 1/4 inch wide. But, like I told you, solid black. Bold, bold, bold. I'll put some numbing stuff on there in just a minute once I get this section down. Because I know it's not super funsies.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but I was like, what the hell's going on there?
Yeah, they make needles up to 100 needles wide.
What?
Yeah.
How big is that?
It's a little over 2 3/4 inches. Yeah, it's specifically for blacking out areas. Like, you ever seen the lead singer of 21 Pilots?
Maybe.
Okay, well, his arm is solid black. Verno used to have it over at Holy Mackerel and stuff like that, but yeah. That's actually becoming kind of a fad thing to do right now, is like solid black. And so it's a wide needle in order to do it. Yep, because it makes less trauma. The bigger the needle, the less trauma. It's the difference between being poked and being pushed on with it like a palm. Less trauma. So it helps. But it also makes weird sounds because you're hearing like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Might as well pour a little bit more black while I have the chance. I think I ate too much potato this morning. I love hash browns though. Yeah, hash browns and no, I don't do cheese. She does. I can't stand cheese on my hash browns. Like I like cheesy hash browns for like, Thanksgiving food, but not as like a breakfast thing.
Cheesy eggs?
Nope, she does that. I don't like that either. Unless it's an omelet, don't put cheese on my eggs.
Do you have stomachache? Is that why you're saying you ate too much, or you're like dehydrated?
I think I just have bad acid reflux lately. Like I made queso last night with beef. I have a really good queso recipe, but
I think I've had it. Did you have it at your house already?
probably, yep. Big bowl of cheese, yeah. It's good, but then we added taco beef to it, and my belly was angry as hell with me last night.
That's really heavy. I love queso. Did you just do beef?
Yeah, last night, we did beef this time around.
The coworker of mine makes one with like the Jimmy Dean sausage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like the queso. Oh man, is that good?
Yeah, you can do chorizo and stuff like that, but I wanted to do taco beef. So I had Sarah pick up beef and everything like that so we could do taco beef. Yep. Solid black. All black all day. I like my tattoos like I like my coffee. No, I'm just kidding. I can't drink black coffee.
Do you drink coffee much?
I drink what qualifies as adult chocolate milk. It's literally more milk and sugar and chocolate and caramel than it is coffee.
Like a splash of coffee.
Yeah, it's like, so I get a extra large turtle mocha with half the espresso. So it's 2 shots of espresso for like this much milk and ice and chocolate and caramel. It's so good. Yeah, Sarah just calls it adult chocolate milk. How's everybody doing out there in the land of YouTube?
Sister emailed me today with the Harry Potter and the Hogwarts thing.
Oh yeah.
She's the one who got me into
Is she the one that told me that they don't want my stone back?
No, that's not my
Okay.
sister.
Who was it then? I thought
My
that was.
friend.
Oh, I thought that was your sister.
No, you
Oh, I'm
said
sorry.
it so many times.
I'm sorry.
Not my
Usually when
sister.
somebody's there, like as an usher or something like that, you're like, and you know, dressed like almost casually. They're not. They're like usually a family member. That's what I
No,
made the
it's one of my
mistake.
friends. You wouldn't. My sister looks nothing like me. You wouldn't recognize her.
I just think it's funny because she was so mad at me.
But it's one of my good friends, and she's one of the most sarcastic people I like ever, and very, very dry.
Well, then you would think that she would
Very
take
dry.
my joke as funny, then not.
But she probably did. But you guys are
No,
both like.
you can ask Sarah. She's like, she looked at me and she's like, "We don't want your stone back." I'm like, okay. I was making a joke, but fuck me, right?
So did you give it back, or did you take it home?
I took it home.
Did you chuck it in the water?
No. Sarah's. You can ask Sarah. I waited until nobody was looking, and then I put it in the thing.
Oh my god.
Like, now figure out which one it is. I wanted to put it in there and shake it, and be like, pick out the right one.
And I touched all of them.
The bags were Teapot Alice and The Office. Who wants an Office backpack? Like, ever. If it didn't have Ricky Gervais on it, it doesn't qualify. Because the American Office was a terrible comparison. And if those are fighting words, anytime. The American Office was a pale comparison to the British version.
This is my sister.
Wow, you do not look anything like.
Nothing. But my friend does, I would say, look like.
Looks more like you.
Yeah.
That's probably why I thought it was your sister. Sure.
That's who. That's who this is.
Okay, that's the second person that's like typed something that is. It might be a bot of some sort, yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. Anybody know who YouTube stuff like that is? That person like a real thing, or is that a bot? Well, it's the second one of that style, where it's a couple letters, a period, and then another couple letters. Your wallet's always safe, anyways, Sarah. I don't make Sarah pay for any of the bills. Like every once in a while, I'm like, "Can you help me out on this bill?" Yep. Okay. Cool. Pretty much. I was raised that the man provides, so she's allowed to use her money however she wants. Every once in a while, I might ask her to like, "Hey, like, I'm coming up a little short today or this month or whatever." That's about it. Seems very body. Yeah, it does. That's okay. I'm gonna have to figure. I'm gonna go online tonight and see if there's a way that I need to set up my OBS for YouTube rather than Twitch, because for some reason in my top left corner it's still showing my activity feed for Twitch, and you would think that would go away when I switched it over to YouTube. How's it going, Charlie? Charlie? As in Lord of the Rings Charlie, or what? If so, welcome. All right, next, there we go. Awesome. You love this style so much? Well, thank you. Having fun doing it. I was afraid Matt Zins would yell at me for stealing a page out of his playbook. Like, hey, I do the black and gray around here. My friend Matt is a killer on black and gray. Yeah. One of my favorites. That's the only thing I ever get from his black and gray. He can do color too, but his black and gray is monstrous.
What's his name?
Matt Zins with a Z-I-N-S. He's on Instagrams. He's been stealing some of my clients. They've been cheating on me with him. It's okay. Yeah, he's the one who did my Massage Ventress and my Steamboat Willie.
Oh, he's at Tiger Rose.
Yes. Mr. Steely Boy, welcome to the stream. Yep.
Oh, it's a puppy.
Okay, that's a third one with that same style where it's a V as the start, and then that word plus period, and then some other kind of weird word. Yeah, they gotta be bots. You can. I'm gonna have to figure out what my stream, like my bot is doing, because it doesn't seem to be doing its job. Happy to be here. That's good. Thank you. New year, new streaming system. How's the first day of YouTube working? Little buggy. YouTube is great. I think the stream looks better. It's got a better bit rate, which is great. But there is a couple of little hiccups. I need to figure out how to do sound alerts, and I also need to know what my alerts are as they're happening, like if they're sub or whatever. And I need to make sure that my bot is doing its job, because currently I've had 3 bots in my stream and I don't know what they're doing here, if there's some kind of like malicious bot or what. But yeah, I just got to make sure that the bot's doing its job.
Yeah, he does do beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He does do beautiful work.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm kind of jealous because he can actually take pictures of all of his tattoos in black and white, and it just makes them look that much cooler.
Yeah.
He doesn't filter it at all, otherwise just, black and white, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and find a new anime to watch, because I want to slow down a bit on One Piece so I don't catch up to the sub too quick. Yeah. So new recommendations. World's Greatest Assassin. It's one of my favorite new ones. Love is War. That's a fun one. Jujutsu Kaisen. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Hellsing. Tons of different animes out there. It depends on what you want to watch. Do you ever remember, I can talk. Do you ever remember parts of dreams years later?
Years? No.
I do. Like,
Have like a moment?
yeah, it's a dream that I had about 3 or 4 years ago. And it's this craziest thing. Like, I remember walking towards a building, and the building had a very odd perspective. Like, the building looked like you were walking towards like a triangle-shaped building, a very, very, very high point triangle building. But as you walked this way, you noticed that it was actually 2 triangles that were slightly tilted. So it just looked like it was almost like a trapezoid in shape. And so there was like almost like a hallway in between the 2 buildings. But the hallway was made of pure like light. And I remember this woman walking out of the light in like a black dress. And then the black dress was like shadowy and like almost like the shadows were trying to catch up with me. And as I turned around, I realized I was on a highway and there was cars zipping past me. Like I said, that's why I asked, like, do you ever remember parts of dreams?
Now?
Parts of dreams, yeah. And then I remember waking up as the cars were zipping past me. And I don't even do drugs. I don't know what I ate that night that gave me that dream, but, or, you know, some people say that dreams have meaning, some people don't. Is Hellsing good? I've heard that it's a generic formula to it, and there's 2 different ones. They're both great.
I think there can be meaning in dreams.
I do and I don't. Like, sometimes I think that dreams are like a conduit where you can talk to people who have passed on, and sometimes it's just you remembering parts of things and your brain is filling in the blanks. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you went to the store and, you know, there was this and this and this, and your brain is just filling in the blanks of what you might have wanted to happen or what your hopes and dreams are, like where you get to the counter and everybody knows you, so they just give you your items for free, you know, that kind of thing. But then I have to admit, like, I've been having dreams, you know, here and there about the people that have passed over the past year, and I hope that they're real, like that it is a conduit to speak to people, because I get to see the people who I've lost and talk to them. Mm-hmm. And that's a big thing for me, is because there's so much left unsaid, and I really want that time back. Like the other day I had a dream where I went to a car show and my dad was there. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't figure out where my mom was, and he's like, oh, you know, I built this car for her, so she's showing up in just a few minutes, and then she shows up in like her dream car. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I don't know what that means. Like, was this like what heaven is like, does everybody have what they want? And my dad wanted to build that car for her, but his physical issues over the years made it so that he couldn't do it. Was heaven where he could finally build the car? And is that what's going on? Is he showing me a glimpse of what I'm looking forward to? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Do you wake up feeling bad
Yep.
about it, or
all the time?
Yeah.
I wake up crying sometimes. Sarah says it's kind of crazy / creepy because I laugh in my dreams, like hysterically. Yeah. Like she's like, one time I wanted to wake you up because it was creeping me out.
What is it?
Another anime you might like if you are into, if you like mysteries or scary stuff, Shigaraki When They Cry. That one's a really good one. Not Shigaraki. It sounds like that though, but just look up When They Cry. Shigaragi, that's what it's called. Not Shigaraki, that's a character from My Hero. I kind of control what I dream. I just dream whatever I'm thinking about before I fell asleep. But then are you truly ever asleep then? Like in my dreams, I'm in a completely different place and I'm still semi in control, but where it takes me is different. Some days I wake up and I've been playing in the snow with my pups. King of the Hill is your favorite anime? I mean, not really an anime, but okay. More one of those fandangled, cartoons. I like The Detective Is Dead. So I have pretty uneventful dreams, unless it's something wacky. What about Bed and Breakfast for Spirits? I've never even read that one. Or I don't think I've even seen that one on my list of possibilities. Getting there. Ugh. Good. I hope so. It's very, very permanent. I know. I got a wire brush. It'll just scrape it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out why the alerts are not coming through, because I'm casting obviously, but my alerts are not showing up there, so I don't understand why they are not. That's a bummer. I will go through and try to fix them all tonight. But next time I go on YouTube, it's all fixed. Whew. Getting tired. I was tired when I got here to work anyway, so. Ready for more? All right. Yeah, mowing the lawn's never fun. This is, mowing the lawn is one of the reasons why I quit doing tribal tattoos. So, tribal tattoos is all black.
Tribal?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said travel.
No, all black all day long. So
Sure.
you're doing this like 99% of the time, and it's like there's nothing. This is not even an invention. Like you're like, hey, I want the Goldberg tattoo, or I want the Godsmack son. At one point in time, at a tattoo shop I worked at, we actually had a sign on the front door: we don't do Godsmack sons, because we ended up like we had 6 artists there, and we all had done at least 2 that week.
Oh my gosh.
And all it is a tribal son. Godsmack just took the symbol and threw it on their album.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't want to do another one. Or like back in the early 2000s, their tramp stamps, ass antlers, whale tails, we had to do tons of them. And it's like, God damn it. I don't want to do another one. I have zero desire to do another set of these. Well, why is it crooked? Well, your ass is crooked, lady. I can't fix your ass. It's crooked. If you want me to level it for your spine, I can level it for your spine. If you want me to level it to your ass, one cheek is bigger than the other. It will not be centered. When's the last time I've done a tramp stamp? When I worked at Holy Mackerel about 6 or 7 years ago. A guy came in and lost a bet, and he had to get a tramp stamp because his friends, that was the end of the bet. And his tramp stamp was 2 unicorns with their horns crossed, with the words "Sweet Sassy Molassy" underneath it in like bubble lettering.
Oh my God.
And it had to be in pastel colors, similar to like the Lisa Frank stuff. That was his bet. And they were not about to let him out of it. So they were actually at the tattoo shop when I was doing the tattoo.
What did they bet on?
I didn't want to know if a tattoo is the result. It can be something dumb, as we've all seen on my stream before. One of my clients bet me about a Vikings football game and lost, and I tattooed a lewd version of Sailor Moon on him. Yeah, and the thing about it is he had to get it blind. He was not able to see the tattoo until it was finished.
Oh my God.
Not like he didn't get to see a preview picture or anything. Like he had to be wearing the tattoo before he could see it for the first time.
Did you tattoo it on
His
him?
calf. It's
Does he have a ton of other tattoos?
no, he's got a bunch of other tattoos, just not around his leg. And it's Sailor Moon's face. And we'll be nice about it. She had a lot of ice cream all over her face. What do you think the tattoo of the 2020 trend of tattoos are? I think the trend for tattoos is going to be really terrible tattoos, to be honest. The trend is a lot of people want to become tattoo artists, but are afraid or are not willing to put in the work of becoming tattoo artists. So they're learning how to stick and poke out of their basement, and that's why you end up with tattoos like Lil Wayne has, where it's just, hey, look at my face, it's just full of shit. Or all the SoundCloud rappers who think that they're, badass and they have terrible tattoos all over their bodies. Like, I saw these two jokes of kids on TikTok. I don't even know what the hell they are or what. It's a pair of twins, and they have like dreadlocks
In the pool.
in the pool.
Yeah.
And their tattoos are fucking awful. They look like I did them with my feet.
They're rapping.
Yes.
Terribly.
Yes.
I've seen this, and it's this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know who. I can't remember.
I don't even want to know. I never want to know their name. I don't. Because, putting a name to something that terrible, both in looks and sound, how are you popular? Are you popular out of irony?
I think so. I truly think so. Like, what am I watching?
Yeah, it's like, there's a lot of people who are super popular for no fucking reason. Why is Paris Hilton popular?
Right.
She serves zero purpose, yet she was the most popular woman on earth for like 2 or 3 years. And her popularity faded off real quick, thank God, but there's so many people that are popular for no reason at all. Like I said, I don't know Charlie, and I don't want to know. I just know I saw their tattoos, and I muted it, and because I didn't want to hear their stupid voices, and their tattoos are awful. Stop making dumb people popular. If you think I'm dumb, don't make me popular either. Because I don't want to be popular. If popular means you lose brain cells. Has anybody gotten, and this is completely off subject, has anybody gotten the advertisement for Denzel Washington doing Macbeth? It's in theaters right now. I want to see that shit so bad. My brain hurts because I can't find anywhere locally that is selling tickets to see this.
Really?
Yeah, it's him and Frances McDormand. And it's like, holy fuck, I want to see this movie. He's playing Macbeth. And I really, really, really want to see his interpretation of it. Dude, I've seen like 4 previews, and nowhere around here is selling tickets. It's like when I selected tickets near me, it gave me like 3 New York theaters. I'm like, no, Minnesota. Like, what the fuck?
Maybe that's the only place it's showing.
But I guess it's going to be shown worldwide. It's a huge thing. It's Apple produced it along with Studio A24. Which is the people who made like Get Out and Candyman and a few other big, like Hereditary, like bigger things. And this doesn't look like it has a very small budget. It's a black and white movie. It looks amazing. I just want to watch.
It's obviously not available.
Not available for streaming, yep. If it was available for streaming, I'd already have it.
Yeah.
I got enough friends who would pirate that in a heartbeat for me, excuse me. It might be on Apple. It's not. It's not available for streaming. That's what I just said. Apple helped produce it, but it's not available on their streaming service as far as I've heard. I think they just helped produce it. I'm sure they want to try to capture as much movie theater money as they possibly can, because their streaming service, they won't get any money for it. You know, like they're not going to get people that are going to sign up for Apple TV specifically for that show. Like
maybe eventually, like maybe after a while it'll.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you starting to feel the pain kind of thing. Are you starting to feel the pain?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, yes, but
Yeah.
like,
Not stopping kind of pain yet? Okay.
No.
Alright.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a thing. I'm sure almost everything goes to a streaming service real soon. Yeah, I mean, like Suicide Squad was available on HBO the day it came out, and for like 2 weeks, and then it came off, and then now it just recently came out. They just put it back on there. So, and then the same thing will happen with The Matrix. They'll put it on there for the 2 weeks like it's on right now, but then in a couple weeks it'll be gone, and then it'll come back later. The new Matrix was a lot of fun too. A lot of people don't like it. I thought it was fun. It doesn't take itself seriously, which is, I think, that was a good way to do it. Trying to make it feel like the revitalization of the whole series, that puts too much weight on it. And Neil Patrick Harris was a killer, awesome character in that movie.
Which movie did you say?
The new Matrix.
Oh.
Matrix Resurrections. It's on HBO right now. You guys still have HBO, so yeah, it's on there for the next another week or so before it goes away. I didn't care too much for the new Matrix, but it was cool seeing Neo again. Like I said, a lot of people don't like it, and it's no skin off my back. I thought it was a fantastic, fun movie because it bridged the gap for the last, time period that we didn't have it. It made fun of itself, which was great because, like I said, it didn't have to take itself seriously. It just made a fun movie, and I enjoyed it, so. Alright. I'm excited for the new Batman. I am not excited for the new Batman at all. I'll watch it, but I'm not excited. I literally am walking into this movie with no expectations that it will be good. I like that they went not with another Joker interpretation. That they're going with the Riddler instead. But even from the trailers, it looks like the Riddler has his identity. Like that's just too much. The Riddler's smart, but it took the Riddler quite a while to figure out who Batman was. And we're talking like this is supposed to be taking place in Batman like year 1. So you're telling me that the villain already figured out who Batman was right away? Yeah. That seems a little far-fetched to me. That, and I still don't like Pattinson. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry, my head bumped the camera. Again.
What about a cordless mic? Is there such thing?
Yep, and they burn through batteries fast. When I'm streaming for 2+ hours, and those batteries are supposed to be good for like an hour at most, I'd be swapping through them way too fast. I actually own a really nice cordless mic, but it burned through, or a cordless thing for my lavalier mic to plug into, and it just burned through the battery so fast. I ended up being half a stream in, and it went boom. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Did you see the Eternals? Didn't like it. I kind of want to see that, but now I'm just waiting till it comes on to Disney Plus. I didn't like it, but I just watched Shang-Chi after going on a Marvel kick, and I really liked it. Well, a lot of people did. A lot of people really like Shang-Chi. I am excited / not excited for some of the new Marvel titles that they're coming out with. Morbius doesn't really appeal to me. That's the new Jared Leto film. I'm not going to see Spider-Man, so...
I can't wait, isn't it?
Oh, it came out last week or 2 weeks ago now. Yep. Because I hate Jamie Foxx. I've explained this on stream before. I don't put money in his pocket. I've thrown away all the movies that I own that have him in it, and Tarantino as well. Yeah. Yeah, when you say some pretty irresponsible shit, Yeah, right. Good point, bot. Yeah. When you say some irresponsible shit like Jamie Foxx did, you're not getting my money forever. Like forever, ever. Piece of shit. Gotta drop to go to work, but thanks to the entertainment. All right, see you later, man. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful day. Of course, come on. What do you think the Mr. Rabbit tattoo aftercare products? Thinking of trying them out. Never used them, so I won't give them my won't give an endorsement. If I haven't used it, I will not tell you to use it. Usually, what you have to think about is if something says tattoo on it, it's usually gimmicky. So if I go to buy nitrile gloves right now, I can get 400 gloves for $29. But if I go to a tattoo supply company and I get 400 gloves, I'll pay $70. Why? Because they say tattoo on the box. It's the same glove. Once they start marketing it for like tattoo numbing creams, there's one called Hush Anesthetic. It's a great product, but it's also like super, super expensive. Whereas the anesthetic that I've used for numbing is a quarter of the price with twice the amount. But people buy it because it says tattoo numbing agent or numbing cream or whatever. A lot of times when they throw tattoo on a product, it's not worth its salt. It's literally just a way to sell a product. And that sucks. It really sucks a lot because the word should not equal whether or not somebody buys your product. It should be a good product, not what package it comes in. But you're more than welcome to try it. It's just not something that I will ever tell my clients to use until I've tried it out myself. And the products that I tell people to use have been tested over the years, and they do a great job. And I understand the whole thing of if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I also understand, trying out new things. Like the surgical scrub that I use instead of green soap is better for the skin than green soap, but people in the tattoo industry still use green soap. And I've said green soap like 9 times now. But when it came down to it, it was about, is it a better product? Yes, it is a better product. And it still doesn't say tattoo on it. There used to be a product out there that piercers and tattoo artists love called Technicare. And unfortunately, the company that made it forgot to file for FDA approval. And the FDA finally caught up to them after a couple of years and yanked it. The product is no longer available For a while, it was like gold. If you could get your hands on a bottle of Technicare, oh man, piercers would literally line up around the block to buy that bottle from you. Like there was one time on eBay, I saw a bottle. Now we're talking, this product is usually only $30. It was $600 for one bottle of it. Great product, but not $600 great. Kind of like toilet paper and paper towel in the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like when that all happened, Sarah and I, we had just recently went to Costco and got a thing of paper towels and a thing of toilet paper, and we didn't even flinch from that whole, like, people buying it up left and right, like, oh, I'm buying 20 freaking, bins of toilet paper. I'm like, oh God, are you kidding me? Why?
Yeah. No, we never. Well, I guess that's when Kevin was working at Uline, where he could get bulk amount for a good price, so we would have like a decent stockpile. But you just go through it and then you buy again. So I think at that time we had quite a bit, but we were like, I get it.
Glad I asked. I would fall for that stuff, especially because people want tattoos to last as long as they want. Yep. Well, there are people who are going to be out there with products that they're going to say is great for tattoos. You got to be really, really careful about this, because is it the short term or the long term? You have to think about that. There is like the guys at the Mall of America and other malls as well, where you walk past their kiosk and they have like bottles of lotion. They're like, hey, let me make your tattoos look really, really good for, with this brand new lotion that we have. And, if you like it, you can buy a bottle. And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, why not? It'll make your tattoos look really good. And I'm like, for about 5 minutes. Like, yeah, and he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay, let me see your bottle. And they'll give me the bottle and I'll read the ingredients. And I'm like, see these ingredients right here? This is 4 different kinds of alcohol. You know what alcohol does to the skin? It dries it up. So my tattoo will look really great for about 5 minutes until that alcohol starts to dry up the product that I just put on my arm, and then dry up the tattoo underneath it. No, this product is not good for tattoos. Quit trying to tell me that.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you're right. I've only been tattooing for 25 years. I have no idea how skin works. Not at all. They hated me. It got to the point where I think one of them caught the speech from me one time, and then they just kind of every time I would walk around the mall, they just stop asking, like, thanks for realizing that you're, it's like that scene in Parks and Rec where Ron Swanson walks into Home Depot and the guy's like, can I help you with anything? He's like, I know more than you.
Yeah. I love him. He's such a great character.
I know more than you. Stop asking. Get fucked. All right. Do all the dots up here and then we'll be done.
All right.
Yep. Lots of fun. Yeah, just be careful of what products you're putting on your skin when you're talking about tattoo longevity and all that fun stuff. And if you're ever questioning it, yes, bring it to your specific tattoo artist, because some tattoo artists will say, no, if you put that on your skin, I'm not touching you, or I'm not doing any touch-ups for you if that product doesn't work for you. Like, I only had one person that I ever had to tell them, I'm not giving you a free touch-up. Like, normally, if a tattoo needs touch-ups, I want you to come back and see me in the first month so I can see if it needs any touch-ups, and then I'll take care of it for you. It won't cost you a dime because I really want to make sure your tattoo looks good. But this one woman, I tattooed her, and she came back 3 weeks later, and tattoo looked terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I couldn't figure out why. And I'm like, okay, I gave you specific aftercare instructions on how to take care of it. Can you repeat those back to me? And she's like, well, I threw away your aftercare instructions because I read something better online. I'm like, oh, okay. And what's that? And then she shows me, she pulls out the products out of her backpack. And the products were diluted lemon juice for cleaner. So clean it with,
Oh my God.
clean it with a half and half lemon to water mixture. It's super acidic. And then apply udder balm. Now, if you all don't know what udder balm is, it's kind of a farmer thing.
Yeah.
Udder balm is what you put on a cow's udders after it's been milked so that its udders don't get dry and crack. This woman was putting it on her brand new tattoo. Now, this is built for thick skin, a cow's udder.
Right.
And she's putting it on her brand new tattoo, which is starving her tattoo of oxygen, making it literally not be able to breathe.
Oh my gosh.
And
Well, what's with the lemon juice? What the hell?
the diluted lemon juice was in place of soap. That's what she read online. Instead of soap, all natural diluted lemon juice. Like a 1-to-1 mixture.
You would think you would look at that and go, that does not seem like a good idea.
Yep, but she's brain dead, and I told her, I'm like, I'm not touching that tattoo up, not for free. And like, that was when I worked at Holy Mackerel, and the boss came over and he's like, well, you got to do a touch up. She's here, and I'm like, no, tell him what you just told me. And she told him, and he's like, yeah, he's not touching that up for free. He's like, you didn't listen at all. We gave you specific instructions on how to take care of your tattoo. You ignored them. That's like if we gave you the keys to a sports car and said, you know, now make sure you don't go huge over bumps, and instead you took it off-roading. Max is under your desk right now. Nice. I love my little boy. He used to fit underneath my desk while I was on my computer when we lived at Erica's for that year. Now Keiko is? Yeah. Keiko's a tiny little thing. She's never going to be big.
Really? She
Yeah, she's tiny.
little?
She's about 30 pounds. I think that's as big as she's going to get.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Not a runt. It's just the mother isn't very big and the father wasn't huge. And my brain was hoping for Miko. And when they were puppies, she looked just like Miko, and it made my heart sink because I really miss her. And then when she started growing her long hair, I'm like a little freaked out. I'm like, okay, this isn't anything like Miko. She's a great dog, but I have to, like, in my head, I have to stop comparing them.
Yeah.
But it's tough because the heart wants what the heart wants, and that's what my heart wants, is my dog. I talk to her all the time. It's hard, but I talk to her all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, dots. Lots of dots. She's your pocket husky? Yeah.
She does have a very unique look.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the
Longer snout, too.
like, and the longer hair, right?
Mhm.
That's a little different.
Yep. That's, well, Miko had shorter hair because she was crossbred with, Shepherd. So, yeah, Miko was only part husky. She wasn't full-blood husky. She was half husky, and then a quarter Samoyed, Malamute, German Shepherd, and what was the fourth part, Sarah? Some Chow. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm gonna have to look into different chairs. This one is, for some reason today, is giving me a lot of grief. Yeah, it's really uncomfortable today. Like it's making my tailbone hurt.
Is it old?
No, it's new, but it's just something about it. It's just too stiff. The Dragon. I wonder how far behind the stream is compared to.
Oh, the Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, like the latency. Sarah, let's play a quick little game. I want you to type in 1, just the word 1, in just a few seconds, and I'm going to count how long the latency is between stream and live. Type it now. Oh boy. That is a latency.
Did she hear you?
I don't know. Hopefully she heard me.
I could pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, that might work.
See where...
It just came through now. That's like 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to see what I can do about shortening that so it's a little bit more live. Yeah, about 30 seconds there. What's that?
I wonder if there's a way to even do that.
There is. It's in the stream setup in OBS. Like Twitch, they tell you like, okay, this is our default, but you can do it a little bit closer if you wanted to. Default for Twitch was like 20 or 30 seconds, and I shortened it down to like 20 on my Twitch. And the reason why is because it can give my mods a little bit more time when it comes to modding bad language or hateful comments or something like that. But for gamers, it's so you can't watch my stream, know where I am, and shoot me. If it's like if I'm watching your stream on this monitor while I'm playing, I know exactly where you're hiding, and I run over to you and shoot you.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Yeah, that's man. Okay. Right there. It's gonna look super fun.
It's really fun to see it come together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I loved it. And the a few people were like, "Oh, you're gonna add to it?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And it was kind of like the skeleton of it, and so it's cool to see it come together. did you say the vegan spot?
I should be there end of summer. I'll be I'll be in that location. She said that they're breaking ground in spring as soon as the ground unfreezes. And then they said that we'll hopefully be finished by end of July, beginning of August kind of area. And then we'll get to move in and make sure that all their, you know, like we'll be able to go in and say, okay, I want my shelves here, I want my this there, everything like that. So I'm gonna have them come in one day and take down everything, and I'll probably tattoo from here for like one more time while they're setting up everything over there. And then once that's done, make the move. It's about $25 extra per week to go over, but it's closer to home.
Oh, yeah.
And
Larger space, won't you?
and not larger space. Yep.
Yeah, it'll be more what you want.
Yeah, and then I get to tell them what I want to do with my paint, because I didn't have them paint in here at all because I was going to be moving over to, you know, there. So I just said, leave it primer. I don't care. So this isn't even paint on the walls. It's just primer. They're like, you sure? I'm like, yep, because I'm not having you do extra work if I'm just going to move.
What do you think you'll do?
So one of the girls up front, she says, leave it white when you move over there. And I'm like, I know, but I kind of wanted to go gray. But she's right. The white does make it pop a little bit more with all the colors, you know, in my figures and in my prints and stuff like that. But it also does make the room 10 times brighter than I like a room to be. So I don't know.
Could always do a light gray. You're just like, white is too white.
Right. I was gonna go more like a gunmetal-y kind of gray.
I would like that a lot.
I like a little lighter than my keyboard.
Yeah.
And I like that look, but at the same time, like I did have that look in my basement, and we just recently painted the basement white in that one section. And boy, does it make a huge difference with the prints and the artwork and the light and everything.
Sure.
I just don't know if I want to deal with a white room, you know. But I know it, like this wall behind me at the studio, I'm just gonna have them paint the whole damn wall green, like that green exactly, so that I can have as much green screen as I want.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because whatever's on that green, like, so right now, that whatever's on that monitor is what's on this screen, so that's what's showing up behind me.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Almost there. I gotta go a little bit more black so I can finish this up. You're not too swollen, which is nice.
It's surprising, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
another cool thing about being on YouTube versus here or versus Twitch is 60 frames a second constant, which is great. I wonder if it's possible to even do 120 frames a second.
it's like super clear.
Super clear, yeah, because sometimes Twitch can drop down to like 30 frames a second, which is not fun. It's like watching a little stop motion-y kind of feeling, but this is always 60. and it's not creating any more drag on my PC. Like right now, my PC is only working at about 10% of its possibility right now, which is huge. All right. I can drop you down too, if it take away some of the angle on your arm a little bit. There we go. Yeah, they're building a canes right over here too, which is even scarier. Like there's me a block away. And here's me where I'm like, I want to lose weight. Well, that's not gonna help. It's fun. You guys ever watch any of the Walking Dead stuff?
No.
No?
I feel like I tried it. That was the first move. Can't really get into it.
Yeah, it's not my thing either. A lot of good actors have been on there though. Hey Sarah, do you feel like playing some more It Takes Two tonight or what? I'm off to play some Mario Party with the family. All right, man, have fun. Thanks for being here. See you later. Yeah, they just came out with a new one. Mario Party All-Stars. It's got like games from like the past 10 games. Can't believe there's 10 Mario Parties, but they keep giving us new games and then they recycle some of the old ones and change them up. Possibly. Good. I love that game. Sarah and I built Sarah a PC for Christmas.
I saw that.
And
It's really cool.
yeah, it's pink and white everything.
Yeah.
It's more PC than she needs, but it's worth it. And then she bought a really fancy printer for us to have at the house. Cool. It's the color version of the printer that I have, the Eco Tank. It's fucking, I love that printer. But we've been playing this game called It Takes Two. Parents are on the verge of divorce. Mom's always at work. Dad always feels unappreciated. So they're going to get a divorce. Well, the daughter hears it and she makes a wish and they become her dolls. And she is in when she makes the wish, she's in the work shed. And the dolls come to life, and they realize, the parents realize that they're the dolls, and they're trying to get to her to make her, realize it's them. And this book that the daughter's been reading about how to fix their relationship comes to life and tells them like, hey, in order to do this, you have to work together in order to get your daughter to see you and fix this issue. So then you're in the shed, and the first boss is a vacuum cleaner that feels like it was thrown away and neglected. And okay, we're gonna go this way, yeah. So you have to like run throughout the level and do all these different little things in here and there in order to dodge. Like you have to find fuses to turn the electricity on, and then you have to like stay out of the water in the basement and all that kind of jazz. And it's really, really fun. And then you
play
keyboard and mouse. Yep. And then you have to play together. One person cannot carry the game. Like when you're at the boss, if you both die, you start the boss over. So you both have to work your butt off in order to defeat the boss and get through the game. Like one person can't, like, oh, okay, cool, we're at the boss. You stay in this corner while I do the rest. You have to work together or it doesn't work. And like, she's not used to playing difficult games. She's used to playing like Stardew Valley and The Sims and stuff like that, like where you can point click, give it a minute or two, and then it does something. Whereas this is go, 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 now. It's a lot of fun. Like, if you play video games at all, you and Kevin would probably get into it.
Yeah.
It's available on like Xbox and PS4 and stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's tricky. And she, like, last night we played, and at the end of it, she was like literally fatigued because she's like, that was a lot. I'm like, yeah. So then she played like Star Wars to calm down, the Star Wars Lego game, and that was it. Went to bed. So we were in bed long before the new year.
Yeah.
She was donezo. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna clean it all up. Yeah, a lot of work today. Almost 3 hours, yeah. Just a few minutes under 3 hours. Yeah, I think something darker at the top will definitely like seal the deal. Obviously, we're not going on your hands, but yeah, something darker. Like even if you like that design and you want to try it, we can try it. But even if we just thicken this line up here like twice as thick, that would finish it off as well. But I'm not going to tell you what you want to do with your tattoos. So yeah.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm gonna wrap you up. Call it a day. Yes, she's like so stressful when that game. That game is pretty stressful. It really is. Like, so there was a point in time where you have like there's certain parts where you have to like take turns doing things. Like Sarah's character picked up the hammer. Well, my character picked up the nails.
You have to work together.
You have to work together. So there was parts where she would have to jump onto one of my nails stuck in the wall, and then the moment she jumped off of it, I had to throw the new nail where she was jumping so that she could hook onto the new nail. Like tough things, but but then there was parts where like I stuck the nails where they needed to be, and she just had to jump from nail to nail, and she missed the jump like probably a good 20 times. So I'm just sitting there like looking at my phone, trying to be as nice about it as I possibly can, but at the same time it's like, damn, like I can't make the jumps for you. She said it looks so good. Thank you. I'm gonna take this away from you. Oh, my camera's fuzzing out. That's weird.
How long should I leave it for?
3-4 hours. Tapes. I gotta start my car. After I get this all done.
Like a back parking lot for you guys?
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah, and there's a person who works here who decides to park their BMW on 2 spots. Because we have 10 spots back there, so you need 2 of them, right?
Have
Like,
you ever said anything to the
so I said something to one of the managers, and I said, hey, what do I do about this? And he's like, well, we like to handle it in-house, so if you can approach the person. I'm like, I don't even know whose car it is. So this isn't on me. Like, I don't want to approach this because this can create, you know, I'm the new guy on the block. I don't want to create a weird animosity between me and one of the people here. I'm like, this is kind of what you were supposed to be doing. This is what I pay you guys for. If it was my shop, then I would be like, what the fuck's the problem?
Yeah,
You know, why are you parking like a dumbass?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, it's a more delicate situation
Yep.
when you're in a video when you're independent.
yeah, so I was nice and I put a sign on their car and I said, hey, we have a small lot, don't take up 2 spots. And they haven't been lately. But then the other day I came to work and 2 spots. My next thing is going to be the building manager, which is Barb. And if Barb doesn't do anything about it, I'm going to Aaron. I'm like, I've already went up the chain. I'm done with this. I'm not just gonna run over to somebody's salon and strong arm and be like, you're parking like an asshole. Yeah. Like, but you're parking like an asshole.
Yeah. And you're aware.
All right, boys and girls. Well, thank you very much for being here on my first stream on YouTube. Hopefully you like what you saw. Obviously it's gonna have to be edited here and there because I have no idea why I'm not getting my sound alerts. I don't have any activity alerts of like if somebody subscribed, if you guys subscribed while I was on the channel. I do apologize. I was not getting any kind of alerts. I'm gonna have to go and figure out why I'm not getting my alerts. But I also stream on Twitch. I'm gonna go back and forth for a little bit until I figure out which one I wanna do more. Most likely end up here because it looks more pretty and everything like that. I just have to fine tune it. I will see you guys in the next stream. All my links and stuff like that should be in my bio on here on YouTube. If they're not, please let me know and I will try to set that up nice and clean and everything. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next stream. Hopefully you have a wonderful day and I say don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye.